Hey, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know, my name is Jasmine, and today's video I wanted to talk about social anxiety, specifically dealing with it in college, because this is something that I'm currently dealing with right now. I'm a sophomore in college. I'm about to go back for my second semester of sophomore year in a couple of days, so it's just something I wanted to talk about, because unfortunately it's something that is like a big part of my experience and just like my life in general. So if you're about to start college or you're in college and kind of can relate to having social anxiety, maybe this video can you can relate to it a little bit. I'll try to share some things that have helped me try to deal with it that can help you. I feel like you're the only one that deals with it, because I know that's how I feel sometimes. I kind of just feel like no one else can relate to how I'm feeling right now, but I know that's not true, and a lot of people deal with it and it's just they don't show it. But basically, this same time last year, I had some of the worst social anxiety I've ever experienced, because this time last year I was going back for my second semester of freshman year of college, and for some reason I just really did not want to go back after winter break. And I think it was because when I came back for winter break, I kind of just got used to being at my house again and just kind of being with myself, because when you're in college you're constantly around people. Even in your dorm you have a roommate, so there's not a lot of time to be alone. I'm an introvert, so I really need my alone time. It's hard to find when you're in college, so when I came back home I was kind of just used to being on my own again, and I just really did not want to go back. When I did actually go back, I did have a lot of anxiety. I just had a lot of trouble just even walking outside of my dorm room and going to class, or going to the dining hall. I just everything made me anxious, and I couldn't even go to sleep at times because I was just so anxious, but I was thinking about things that made me anxious. It was just bad in general. And so I remember during that time I took a social anxiety test just online just to see what it would say, and it came up in my memories on Snapchat a couple days ago, so that's how I know it's been exactly a year. And on the test that I got a score of 43 out of 72, which is very severe social anxiety. So if you scored 41 to 47, you got very severe social anxiety. So that's pretty bad. That's not good. So you can tell I was clearly going through it at that time. And so I decided to take that same test again a year later, and I got a 32 out of 72 this time, and that is moderate social anxiety. It was 1 point away from severe social anxiety, because 16 to 32, that's moderate social anxiety. It's definitely improved, but also I am still at home and I haven't gone back to school yet, so I feel it would definitely go up when I'm back in the environment where I would be most anxious. But it still is a lot better than last year, I can definitely say that. But anyways, I just thought I would share that because I thought that was interesting to look at. Especially when you're first starting college, it's a really big transition. Not only are you moving away from home, but then you have to worry about making friends and figuring out your major and what you want to do in life. That's a lot at once. That is obviously very stressful. And then if you have anxiety and social anxiety, that's just another layer added to it. I think for me, it's just been really helpful for me to acknowledge my anxiety and know the situations that will cause the most anxiety for me. Okay, I just had a little camera malfunction, but anyways, I kind of just told myself I'm not gonna put myself in uncomfortable situations that I don't need to be in, that are gonna make me too anxious. If I'm feeling too overwhelmed, I'm just gonna remove myself. I did that for the first week. I remember for orientation, there was a thing for the freshmen on the lawn for everyone to meet each other. I went to it, and then I started getting so overwhelmed, and I was I just can't do this right now, and I just went back to my dorm, and I was fine. At least I tried, you know what I'm saying? If you're someone that's like me and has anxiety about being in large crowds and stuff like that, and it's not a necessary thing for you to go to, definitely consider trying it out. But if you're feeling too overwhelmed, it's not bad to just remove yourself if you can't, you just can't do it. I think it's like always worth trying, but it's like not the end of the world if you can't do it. At the same time, don't completely isolate yourself at the very beginning, because everyone is in the same boat. Everyone is trying to make friends, even though you might not be the one that is gonna like reach out to someone. Someone is definitely gonna reach out to you, because like everyone is in like a frenzy trying to make friends and like just talking to random people. When I was like trying to make friends, I kind of just talked to individual people rather than like multiple people at once. I made a friend like at the beginning of orientation. When there was another event to go to, I just like asked her if she wanted to go with me, which like lessens my anxiety a ton when I have like someone to go to an event with. I was just like very aware of my anxiety. I did the best I could to like manage it and like make friends at the same time, and I think my plan worked. So yeah. But also another thing that really gives me anxiety about college is just like finding jobs and internships, and that's probably like my biggest stressor at this point in time, because you're there to like figure out what you want to do in life and your career, and all of that is just like stressful. For me personally, a lot of times I'll just like start catastrophizing and just be like, I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna be successful. And you know, that causes anxiety, as it should. Kind of know I do that and I'm aware that I do that, but I kind of do it anyways. But like, at least I'm aware that I do that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And there's also kind of the whole like job application process and like interviews and like finding internships, and that is also something else that leaves me feeling very, very stressed and anxious. Doing an interview is not fun for anybody really, but then like when you have anxiety, it's just like I literally feel like I physically cannot do it. Like when I think about it, I'm kind of just like, this is a situation that will make me too anxious and I'd rather not do it. I'd just rather not try at all and avoid the situation. But you know, obviously that's a situation that you can't avoid, whereas like I was saying, you can avoid going to like big events that make you nervous, but when it comes to like finding a job and things like that, that's something you can't avoid. It's something that you're just gonna have to face head on. So that's just like something that I'm dealing with right now, and like trying to figure out how to like not get so stressed in those situations. But basically, if you're someone that has anxiety about college or anything really, try to not let it define you and like everything you do, because I struggle with that. But if you're conscious of it and like you're aware of how to manage it, and you know how to like avoid the situations that make you most anxious, like that's a good start. And that's something that I do. And then like the situations that you can't avoid, like a job interview, I think it's always good to put things into perspective. In the grand scheme of things, how big of a deal is this, if you know what I mean? Like a lot of times when I'm in a situation that makes me really, really anxious, I kind of just like look at the bigger picture and be like, this really is not that big of a deal. Like the world is not going to end if I'm in this interview and like I stutter or like I don't get the job. Like you're gonna be okay. And so that always helps me. Being anxious and like in college is just, it's like an annoyance. It really is an annoyance, because like a lot of the closest people to me don't really have anxiety or social anxiety, so it's kind of hard to like, I feel like you can't really understand anxiety unless you've literally experienced. A lot of people just call me like quiet, or just like, oh, she never talks, or she's just so to herself. But there is a reason for that. It's a lot of people just say that to me, but they don't really know what's like going on inside, if you know what I mean. Like they don't really know like what's going through my head at that point in time. It's just like an extra hurdle to get over. It's just like, why do I have to deal with this? But like this person is completely outgoing and like they can just do anything, like they can just go talk to random people. It's just like, why can't I do that? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.